does this? I don't even know if I can fix this. This thing is absolutely destroyed. I almost got into a fist fight with the kid that sold us this cab. And the more I dig into this cab, the worse it gets. The previous owner forcibly ripped the rearview mirror out of the truck, broke the headliner, broke all the wires. Let's go see if I can even fix this thing. This is definitely one of the worst headliners I've ever seen. The entire thing is splitting in half, delaminating. The front has a giant chunk taken out of it. And this headliner is incredibly difficult to replace because although this body style of cab, known as the GMT 800, was offered from 1999 to 2007, sunroofs were only offered starting in 2005. But that's not what actually makes this cab rare. It's an extended cab LBZ with a factory sunroof. It's common to see crew cabs with a sunroof, but not an extended cab. It took me over 2 years just to find a cab that had these options. I currently cannot find a replacement headliner anywhere. I've been looking for about 3 days. I've even looked at every junkyard nationwide and there's nothing available. I'm gonna be lucky if I can fix this thing. So my goal here is to get this headliner looking brand new while saving as much money as possible on parts and labor. So say a brand new headliner cost me $600, but this one cost me $550 parts and labor to fix, or it comes out looking like absolute dog shit. That's not really a win in my book. I would have been better off just buying a brand new one. And I have some serious concerns if I can even get this thing to look right with how damaged it is, especially since I've never done this before. But first things first, let's get this thing glued back together. I'm keeping track of all the hours I spend on this project so I can do a proper accounting at the end. I pulled the headliner out of the truck and pulled all the accessories off of it earlier today. Gluing the headliner took me about 3 hours. The reason the hot gluing took me so long is because I needed to make sure that this fiberglass layer has enough strength and stability to withstand the next step we're about to do, which is peeling up all the old material and getting rid of all the old foam and resin, which is pretty abrasive. I'm honestly not sure I can get this thing to look right, but I guess we'll figure things out as we go along. That was oddly so satisfying. So I have these wire brushes and I'm hoping that they'll rip up all the foam and all the old resin. Seems like it'll come off pretty easily. This thing's very delicate. Even peeling off the material, there's a bunch of other spots that I need to repair with hot glue. I'm gonna be here a while.
A few moments later.
Okay, this is taking way too long. I'm gonna go get a drill and a wire wheel and just see if that works any better. This thing's just disintegrating. I don't know what to do. Really, I should probably just have somebody make a whole new headliner. I'm too cheap to do that. I know it's gonna cost a ton of money and I don't even trust anybody to do the job right. So let's go get a wire wheel and see how that does. My drill batteries are both dead. I also thought that I had a wire wheel, but I don't. I'm gonna go run out to the hardware store, get a wire wheel, wait for this to charge. Hopefully this is faster because I just can't sit here with a wire brush. Like I've already been at this for an hour and you guys can see how much I've got done. Oh look, car friends. We're gonna park next to the STI. At least one of them's fully charged.
It's alive!
This is already working way better. Don't do what I just did. Just don't even try it. It's not worth it. You can see this is already cleaned up way better. This still has like so much residue all over it. You can literally tell there's like a color difference.
Great success.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I officially just fucked up. I'm just kind of bummed out that I just did this, but let me show you what not to do. So I obviously have Ryobi drill. I've been primarily using this on mode 1, which is obviously a slower speed rate. As you can see, I put it on a level 2. I got into this, so I'm gonna have to patch this now. Also, kind of bummed out that the repair that I did up here is just not great. I have like a fold here somehow. I don't know how that happened. See how it like dimples? So I'm gonna have to like fill this in with fiberglass patch. This kid really fucked up this headliner. I have bubbling here and here on either side. Yeah, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. So now that that's done, I use the wire brushes to do one final cleanup. They worked great to remove all the small patches that the drill couldn't get to or left behind. I ended up spending an additional 2 hours as well doing even more glue repair. I managed to fill the holes that I made. I filled in the dimple here with hot glue and got most of the bubbling to go away. But I have to say, filling in this dimple was a really bad idea. It took me forever to sand this down and it's still not perfect. So I didn't want to use a fiberglass material that would harden because the resin that comes with like the body kits is a hard resin. The hot glue is rubbery enough that it gives it strength, but it allows it to flex still. I'm hoping that will keep this in good shape for as long as I can. This is a moment of truth. I'm extremely nervous for this part. Not only is this headliner extremely long, which makes it more difficult, but the headliner material that I ordered off of Amazon also came in short. This product on Amazon said it was 60 inches wide by 98 inches long. Out to here is 60 inches. The suede material was cut short of that. And this is a big problem because this headliner may look like it fits right now, but right here at the widest section, it's less than an inch I have on either side. And as this material gets smoothed out into these valleys and uses more material, I may not have enough by the time I get to the other side. Most people start in the middle and spread the material out evenly this way. I'm not gonna do what most people do because I'm most concerned about it fitting over these two ends right here. So my game plan is to start at the widest point of the headliner and work my way forwards. I'm gonna be pretty upset if I mess this up and have to sit here and scrape all this back off. I got 2 parts down. I got probably 2 or 3 more to go. I'm just doing pretty small sections so I don't tweak this thing and I make sure it stays straight. This is really hard to do. It dries really fast. Having this done is a huge relief. That was definitely the hardest part of this. So far, the only piece that really looks super fucked up to me is this front piece. It's a little wrinkly. I may have to fix that. I don't know if I caught this on video, but I did overspray the glue onto the suede material. If that does happen to you, don't freak out, guys. I was freaking out for half a second, but basically I wiped up as much as I could with a wet paper towel and water, and the spots where it was heavy and I couldn't get it up with the paper towel, I got a little bit of Gooby Gone, a tiny bit of Gooby Gone. I like even dabbed it off. This is like oily and you don't want it to soak into the suede. Dilute this a little bit and then just scrub it out. Just do this as fast as possible. Don't let it sit. You may want to have some of this laying around while you're doing this in case you make a mistake. So now that this thing is all glued down, I'm gonna cut all the holes out, leave an inch of material or so, and then cut relief cuts in it and fold it over, glue it on this back side. That's going to ensure that this doesn't sag again and that the material holds from now on. I'm just trying to have this not occur again. That was super nerve-wracking, but I gotta say, this thing came out pretty awesome. I honestly can't believe the transformation. I am still worried about how this is gonna fit into the truck, especially because of all the extensive repairs I had to do. But I actually have an even bigger problem. Now that the headliner is all black suede, all the accessories, including the sun visors, weather strips, oh shit handles are all still tan. But that's a problem for the next video. So with the time it took to cut and glue everything, that brings the total time spent on this project to 13.5 hours. I'm going to assume that it'll take an additional half hour to install all the accessories and an additional hour to put the headliner back into the truck. So let's call it an even 15 hours. According to the Googles, the average hourly rate for upholstery is between $14 and $28 per hour. Between the suede, glue, and wire brushes, I spent a total of $121 on this project. I was quoted $1,200 by a shop to repair and recover this headliner, which means that even if I paid myself $50 an hour, I still would have saved $329 on this project. But using the national average of $20 per hour, I saved a whopping total of $779. If you guys like this video or have any questions, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If you want to help support the builds, go visit us at vaughnandcompany.com. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the continued love and support. I'll catch you guys on the next one.